Don't you forget you're special. Don't you forget you're special.
We were all born different, even those that look alike, even twins of differences and can be identified.
Hello everyone, and welcome to The Able Show. I am your host, Olden Polonese. And of course, I am joined by my three lovely hostesses, Clorinda, Astrid, and Kendra. Y'all should just call me Charlie. And of course, our resident DJ, DJ X-Ray in the house. Here at The Able Show, we bring you amazing guests doing amazing things. And our next guest is no different. And if you had a television, you've seen this man do his magic. And so we're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we have the legendary Louie Carr from Soul Train.
Someone you can vent to when it feels this world's against you and you forget you're special.
Don't you forget you're special. Don't you forget you're special. Don't you forget you're special.
Welcome back to The Able Show again. As promised, Louie Carr. And his outfit.
Cold-blooded.
So, brother man, you know, we go back many, many years. But you know what's so funny? The first time I ever did see you on Soul Train, I'm sure our audience have seen you on Soul Train, you had on the tuxedo. That was the first time I ever saw. I was like, why is this dude wearing a tuxedo on Soul Train?
Well,
So tell me, how did Soul Train come about?
let me answer the question about the tuxedo. 2 seasons I couldn't get on Soul Train. See, the Honey Dips they could get on because they fine. You know what I mean? But the cats, we had to wait outside. So like two tapings I couldn't get on. Juliet should tell you, who brought me here. Chuck Johnson, he'd come out, he'd pick, he'd like, yeah, you could come in, you definitely could come in. And he'd look at me, I'm over there in the cut, 6'5", you know, fresh young buck from Inglewood, just wanting to come on and dance, do a couple dances and be seen in Inglewood, right? So 2 tapings I couldn't come on, so I went back to Rogers Park where we used to ball. The cats was like, man, Cuddy, you gotta stand out. One of the homies was like, man, wear a tux. I went to market in Manchester and got a white tux. Huh? I had the Borsalino and the white biscuits, and I come back, I had a cane, and I'm like, I'm ready. Now I'm over here in the cut. Chuck comes out, still couldn't get in, man. I was like, oh, man. After lunch, he comes, like, man, can I curse? Get your ASS in here, man. Next thing you know, man, the riser's right here. I'm 6'5", you what, 6'11". 6'11", man. So the riser's here. You got Cheryl, you got all the legendary dancers in my tour, but I just wanted, because I was a fan of Soul Train in the 70s. A huge fan. Michael Jackson, Al Green, all the legendary dancers. I said, okay, when I come, I already studied, I already know that if you stand or dance here, they're gonna see you because you 6'5" in front of all the dancers. So I'm hitting Michael Jackson moves all in front of the stage. I was like in the Cuddy Mac. Next thing you know, I do 2 dances. Chuck comes to me, he was like, man, come here, man. I was like, well, at least I got 2 dances, right? I thought I was gonna get thrown out. Chuck says, man, go up top, man. I don't know what Don Cornelius, rest his soul, sees about you, but go on stage and dance with the dancers. Oh, wow. Now I'm on stage, but you gotta dance with a partner. I was like, man, wherever I see the red light, man, that's where I'm going. I think I bumped into Cheryl, the Asian with the long hair. She looked at me, I was like, hey, I'm just trying to boogie, right? So to answer your question, man, Soul Train changed my life, you know? I'm just a black and Mexican cat from Inglewood who had a dream to be a Soul Train dancer. Fast forward now, I'm just a Cuddy Mac in a pink suit. I see you looking at the suit. I see you peeping.
Astrid's like,
So what's my name?
So, well, I had a question about that.
No, what's my name? No, I'm asking you. What's my name?
Cuddy Mack.
Cuddy Mack. You gotta get Cuddy figured out.
Cuddy Mack.
Yeah, what's your question for
So
Cuddy Mack?
that's what I wanted to know. Did Cuddy Mack come from the amazing dance moves?
Well, first of all, we just met, so you gotta earn those stripes. I'm messing with you. Cuddy it comes from this like these cats from Baltimore, man. We would all play basketball at Rogers Park. First of all, you know, further down in this interview, man, did one of the Boys to Men really try to dunk on you?
No, I went up to dunk Sean Stockman, and he tried to block it.
And what happened?
Ripped his shoulder out the socket.
As Boys
Sorry,
to
Sean.
Men. Yeah, shout out to Sean. You know, New Edition, I used to bring them up to Rogers Park, and we'd play all the time. But you, big old man, let me just tell you this to your face, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Oh, thank you.
Because you always gave us respect. But we looked up to you, not just because you're 6'11", just because what you did from the hood and just playing the ball. You was thorough on the court.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So I tried to take that thoroughness, being a basketball player from Rogers Park, and instill that into my career. Gotcha. Whether it was dancing or like it is like acting. You know what I mean? So respect, homie.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I see you looking at my suit.
I've never interviewed anybody with gloves on, but okay.
Yeah. And I see you checking my suit too, but it's, you know, it's a little too small for you, player.
No, I was trying to see if it could fit.
Any other questions for Cuddy Mack?
I want to know which side of your family, mom and dad, which is the black and which is the Mexican?
Man, all these personal questions. First of all,
Because I'm 100% Mexican, so I just want to know, is it mom or dad?
yeah, I'm being facetious. You salsa dance?
A little bit.
You step right here. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let me take the lead, though. Just go back. Boom. We spin, and then we Cuddy Mack out.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Now teach her to Soul Train.
Only here.
So black and Mexican. My mom's Mexican. My father, he's black from South Central, rest his soul. And being black and Mexican growing up in South Central, Inglewood, and Redondo Beach, it changed my life because I had both cultures. You had Mexican food and soul food. You had Al Green and you had mariachi music, right? You had salsa and you had hip hop. So all those cultures and flavors are instilled in me, right? So, yeah, black and Mexican. And I speak a little Spanish. You know what I mean? But I can salsa dance. You got a question for Cuddy?
No, we do have questions now, but we got to take a break, all right?
Can I go to break?
We got to pay bills, man.
Yeah, let me pay the bill.
Okay, Ski Carr, you know, is here joining us. When we come back, more with Louie Ski Carr.
Wait, cut.
All right, welcome back to the Able Show. Again, we are joined by the legendary Louie Ski Carr.
Did you grow up when you were a kid, like did you always love dancing or how did that come about?
Well, being a fan of Soul Train in the 70s, you know, seeing Michael Jackson on there and Al Green singing live and just, that was our source of entertainment. You know what I mean? We were all huge fans of Soul Train. You know, being black and Mexican again, my mom's playing salsa music, my dad watching Soul Train. My room was upstairs. I'd come down every Saturday morning and just watch and
Damn,
just,
you had a room?
yeah. I had my own room. I was the only child. Yeah, I was
Ballin'.
I was spoiled, a little spoiled, but I was glued to the TV every Saturday morning because you had the most incredible dancers, man. I don't consider myself a dancer like them. I was more like of an entertainer, right? My mentors were Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, James Brown, so I took their flavor and put my own Cuddy Mack flavor. But
Yeah.
being a fan of the 70s Soul Train dancers, that was it for me. And then that was my introduction into becoming a Soul Train dancer. Once I got on, and my style, New Edition, kind of put it on the map worldwide because they were huge fans of my style.
Yeah.
And they said, this honey dip comes to me. She was like, yeah, these young cats, they want to meet you. I was like, of course. And it was New Edition. They were like 16, 15.
Oh.
They said, man, if we ever came on Soul Train, we want you to come on and perform with us. I was like, okay, but look, don't tell Don, rest his soul, because he would have cut it off.
Oh, wow.
I'm just a dancer.
Yeah.
There's no rehearsal, insurance.
See, that was going to be my next question to you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff I've seen over the years, you know, whether it was the props you guys had and some of the stuff you did. Like I remember one time when y'all were on stage and you jumped into the arms. So was that spontaneous? Or did you guys talk about it? How did those things come about?
That was my unconscious conscious, because I always knew my destiny was to become an actor. So I was just doing a physicalization to the music. So things like that, we would rehearse. We did most of our dance numbers, I think, on Sunday, right? So we would, you know, at lunchtime, we're going over, you know, working out moves, what we're gonna do, you know. Like this honey dip right here, we probably would have had a routine to come down because she's so beautiful. And then you probably could have came down my next line because you know my name is Cuddy Mac. And then me and you, we probably would have did the scramble board. Yeah. Now I'm messing with you. But yeah, we would just.
How you know she don't know how to dance, man?
we could bust another move right here. I stay ready. But we just worked it out, you know, worked out moves. And for me, that was just my talent trying to come out, just to be different. I remember one time I came down the line just shooting cats. I had a blank gun, but just shooting it. End of the line, Don's like, man, you can't bring a gun down the Soul Train line. But that was, you know, I'm high stepping, I'm just shooting it. But that was my actor coming out. That was my destiny to become an actor. So
this is a perfect segue. My question was that pivotal role that got you noticed to be an actor. Like, what was that moment in going from just dancing to that first role?
Well, after Soul Train, I didn't just want to be an ornament on there. I knew after maybe, I think it was 10 seasons, that was it for me. But I knew I had this talent, but I didn't have the craft of wanting to become an actor or a thespian. So I went to El Camino College.
You're what?
Thespian, yeah. And a lesbian, you know, I'm both.
Look,
yeah. See, he cold. He still think we at the Century Club.
Man, I just heard.
He think we at the Century Club right now.
We ran that place.
Used to get me in, man. Come on, man.
Ran that
Century
place.
Club was a club. Oh my goodness, yo. Paradise 24. All the OGs would go there. Biggie would be there. Tupac, Rest Day Soul, Hammer.
I saw Lou Rawls in there one night.
Not Lou.
Lou Rawls with his wife in there one night. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
Lou
Lou.
Rawls up in here.
Lou was cold with it. But to answer your question, sweetheart, so I checked into El Camino College and cut my teeth in theater, became a classically trained actor. My last performance at El Camino College was Othello in Raisin in the Sun, so I'm a classically trained actor.
He played Walter Lee. I remember that. That's right. I heard
Walter
about
Lee,
that.
yeah. I say, damn them eggs and damn all the eggs that ever was. That was one of my lines. Yeah. Yeah, always.
So you went from theater to film.
Yeah. So to me, I think the best training, I know the best training is theater. Because you live with a character for the whole production. I mean, for the whole, there's 3 acts, so
That's true.
I can live with that character and grow with that character. Now, like my real quick fast forward to Family Business, Senior Cruise, we 5 seasons in, about to go in the 6th season. So I know the fabric and the pedigree of Senior Cruise, my character on Family Business. And I try to attack every character with the truth, right? It's almost like talking to a female. Like, check this out. How you doing? Yeah. Where you from? Chicago, Chi-Town. I did an episode of Chicago PD in Chi-Town. I was out there for like 14 days. Yeah. You got a man?
No.
Yeah. I'm married. Does that matter?
Yes.
I still played the truth, but she still laughed a little bit. You know what I mean? Just cool, Chi-Town. Yeah. But yeah, what was the question again?
I want to know the pivotal role. I think you might have answered it, though.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Because I know it's gonna take a while. We're gonna take another break, and when we come back, more with Ski Carr. Come on, do it one time. Cut it back.
Oh, cut it back.
To the beat.
Welcome back to the Able Show. We were just doing the Cut It Back, and he's the only one that can really do it.
Just takes a finger.
Oh, that's it, huh?
Yeah, faithful finger.
So I gotta ask you, well, did you finish answering Clarinda's question? I'm not sure.
Coming back, what was your pivotal role that changed your life? Probably Senor Cruz.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Senor Cruz. I would say it was every role that I did up until now. You know, whether it was Holes with Shia LaBeouf, John Voight. That was one of my first big movies. 2.5 Men, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Blue Bloods. Like all those characters, there's a piece, all those roles, there's a piece of me as far as learning everything that I did as far as from that theater stage to becoming a film actor.
I love that.
Now, as I really think about my very, very first movie was a movie called Motown's Mustang. And our director was in that movie, Clyde.
Clyde.
That's my very first movie. I show up to set just like a young buck, but I was ready because I knew my destiny. And Clyde, man, he was the lead, handsome cat, a young Sidney Poitier, and he embraced me. He took me in. He was, you know, his smile is infectious. And from that moment, I knew that was where I needed to be as far as an actor, and that was Motown's Mustang. Clyde will tell you, yeah, I stole his Mustang.
Well, I gotta ask this question, man, because I am a big Marvel. I'm in the universe. I'm in the Marvel universe, and you ended up being on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., playing
Agents of
Montalban.
Yeah, Montalban.
How did that come about?
I just went down, I think it was Sarah Finn, I just went down to audition, and put it like this, when I get an audition, right, I'll get the sides, I get with my mentor, we'll go over the story, if there is the whole storyline or the script, just try to read the script and just know the story going in.
Yeah.
I knew it was Marvel. I knew I was ready. I knew I was gonna be playing like a bad guy, a villain, but I wanted to give him charm and humor, just like I do with Senor Cruz. And I was in a makeup chair for like 4 hours, man. I was all green and red eyes and this and that, but that was one of the famous, or one of my favorite characters that I played in Marvel. And Marvel's
So
huge.
bomb.
Man. That was some good money too, man.
Oh, of course
Speaking
it is.
of
It's Marvel.
favorites, what is one of your favorite collaborations that you've done with another entertainer?
Besides coming on stage with New Edition, Candy Girl and Soul Train, I would say doing Faster with The Rock. Faster was, The Rock was huge then, and I was a huge fan of The Rock. And so I'm thinking, what's the first thing I'm gonna say to The Rock? What am I? Yo, Rock, you want to arm wrestle? Hey, yo, Rock, what's your diet?
You're welcome.
Nah, but I was like, yo, Rock, nice to work with you, nice to meet you. He was like, wait a minute, Soul Train, wait a minute, man. I just been watching 10 minutes. My assistant is a huge fanatic of Soul Train. I didn't know you could dance like that. So he kind of cut the ice for me a little bit. And this is The Rock, right? So, and we had to do the scene faster. Another thing for me is 30 years ago, I was on Soul Train. I did there was an episode where LL Cool J came, and he was a young buck. He did I Can't Live Without My Radio, and I Need a Beat, or something like that. But imagine a young LL on stage, just buck wild, in his zone, right? Fast forward 30 years, now I'm doing an episode of LA, NCIS LA, and the LL's the lead on there. So I'm on a yacht. I see LL walking. Nobody can walk like LL. He didn't know I was going to be on there, but I knew that I was going to be working with him.
Yeah.
He comes on, say, yo, Cuddy, what up, son? Just LL style. So to had a chance to be a part of his first performance on Soul Train, now doing a guest star with him on this show, he said to me, yo, Ski, you come a long way. You deserve to be here. So that was a huge moment for me. But the whole time I'm doing the scene, I could just see LL singing, Mama said knock you out. I couldn't get it out of my head. I was like, yo, focus. It's just, he's another actor. We're doing this scene. But
you know what I love about you, and I want to say this, it's like, we grew up watching you, people grew up watching you on Soul Train, and it's like, but to see you now, and you were not just a dancer, you were not just a Soul Train dancer, there's so much more to you, and I am so glad that you're here, sharing that with us, because it's like, yeah, I've seen a lot of the stuff that you've done, and I've known you, but it's like, it's almost like that now the world is seeing the talented person that you are. I love that, man.
Thank you. It's God's blessing in my destiny. I'm just living my truth.
Senor Cruz.
Yeah, definitely.
About the roles, do you ever feel limited typecasting? You're so unique, especially being biracial and blended. Did you ever feel limited with typecasting, or did you just put, like you said, go back to the basics and focus on the character and humanizing it?
Yeah, I don't, like when I see a character, even though I'm black and Mexican, my Spanish is not as good. My wife calls me a fake ASS Mexican, but it's cool, But I'd have to live with the language a little bit, but sometimes with Hollywood. My career concept is from Inglewood to Hollywood. If I survived Inglewood, my destiny and ambition is to really, really attack Hollywood, right? But sometimes I'm not black enough because I'm light skinned, or I'm not Latin enough, right? So it has to be, I have to really just go in and just really destroy where they can't, I'm undeniable. I have to have that role, right? So I don't play the color, I just, whatever the story and whatever the character is. Now with Senor Cruz, I'm a Mexican drug lord. But when we go to the Hellfire Club, which is a strip club, my blackness comes out in the accent. So I just try to be me. And that's such a beautiful question, but I love being black and Mexican because it's so rich cultures, and they all have soul,
Brother man, please tell the folks out there how they can find you.
Yeah.
Please.
You can find me at Market in Manchester buying some more suits like this in Inglewood, or at the Serving Spoon with Lil Cassius.
I meant social media.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. So it's just, it's Louie Ski Carr on IG or Facebook. Or if you just see me, just come up to me, man. Just talk to me. I'm just a cat from Inglewood who made it through God's blessing.
Good dude.
And when I do that, that's just being faithful to God, man.
Oh, wow.
I love seeing you again, man. I love seeing you again.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
We truly appreciate it. One of the legends, ladies and gentlemen, Louie Ski Carr. And for my co-host, Clorinda, Astrid, Kendra, and